something to say on this, but also remember, voter registration exercise. I'll come to you and you can respond to both. Voter registration exercise is winding up very soon. I think by the 2nd of November or so. And IBC Chair Wafula Chebukati is concerned, surprised maybe, by the fact that of the anticipated 5 million to 6 million potential new voters eligible to vote who would have registered, only about 800,000 have done so. Here's what he said during a consultative forum yesterday.
Turnout. I know Kenyans will normally wait until last minute to come out. So your last minute now is now, because we are closing on 2nd of November.
Yes, and you can respond to a previous query, but on this one, is it about a last-minute rush? Is it apathy? What are you hearing on the ground when you speak to potential voters out there? What are they saying as to why they may or may not be interested in registering to vote in next year's election?
I think it's apathy. Apathy in a way that, you see, you're calling in young people who are wondering. We've gone around the country, and I keep on saying this as a mother. We cannot wait for 2022 to resolve the issues of our young people. It will be wrong for this country. It will be absolutely wrong. If indeed we believed in what we said that was in BBI, and it can be picked and be implemented, I think it is time we implement it. It is time, if there are incentives, let us look at how we give tax incentives to our young people. Those who want to do business, let them start now. Let us not tell our young people that we are waiting for an election to resolve their problems. We are lying to them. And the more we move, the more the country, when you look at our young people, women who have given birth to these young people, I want to tell the women out there, if we are not going to stand for ones like Wangare Maathai, fight for our young people, come out and question the government that indeed, if indeed we respect young people and our population that is 75% young, let us give them the incentives now. Let us not wait for 2022's elections and pledges. Let us start now, give a tax incentive, let them start business. Those who can do business, let us think of the skills. Those who can do skills, let us think. Because everywhere you go, when you see them like this, and you are so happy, because I know politicians will become, oh, we had very many young people who are telling you, we are ticking, we have a problem. That problem cannot wait. That problem, I'm pleading to the president, let us not wait for 2022, because where we are now, that is why they won't come out to take, for what? Then you should ask yourself, isn't it so easy for them when they get very disappointed to distract? Very easy. And we can't blame them. And so let us not force them, first of all, to go for some things they are wondering, for what purpose? Yes, it is there. It changes governance. But have they seen that change of governance? No. No. And that's why I was saying, let us now think and be honest to them. We were saying BBI will help them. We have like 7 or 8 issues that we raised that were very critical for young people. Please, let us do it now. If it's in Parliament, we are able to give them the commission, give them. Don't tell me we have to wait until this. No, let us do it. And I am pleading to my government, young people around this country, oh no. As a mother, I feel where we are headed.
Yes.
If we do something just slightly very wrong, they will trigger us and we will remember this.
Yes, you're pleading with your government, which you sit.
Yes. I'm pleading with my government,
what are you doing?
Which I sit in, because there's a ministry of young people and it has to come out. But this is not just for the ministry. I have said this is all of us. If indeed we believed in the gains we were giving these young people in the BBI, it is something we have to deal with it. And I will plead even with the courts. You have to look at these young people. Let us not ignore. Let us not think every day and keep on saying things, but we are moving in a direction. They have told us they are not going to come out to get the vote. We are the mothers, we understand. They will tell you reasons. They are giving reasons, by the way. In the house, they are telling you very critical reasons, and you can listen and you can understand. So what we need to do is, can we look over a way and not just now sugarcoating? Give them the incentives and put in mechanisms where, if I have said I can do this, give me that opportunity. I will bring in the machinery that I need, and I will start, and I will employ others. I think that's what they're asking for. That's all they're asking.
We need to
hold their hand, give them what they need, and they will open up themselves in what they believe and in the innovations they believe in.
Okay, yes. Honorable Kirwa, what we're seeing is a very interesting scenario where presidential aspirants are promising young people the world. And I'll give you some specifics. Your party leader, the deputy president rather, who is leading the UDA party politically at least, has promised young people 100 billion shillings fund, 4 million jobs. We know on the ODM side, they've been promised a 6,000 shillings stipend, revival of the rural economy and so forth. ANC party leader, different promises as well, and you name it, across board. And yet, this does not seem to be convincing young people to go and take voters' cards. Are they silently revolting, saying, we no longer trust you politicians, all of you? Is that the message out there?
I think Kenya is going through a very interesting time, in the sense that many young people are a bit apolitical. They don't seem to be bothered by what is going on the political scene. Informed by a number of factors. One is the issue of the internet, and they engage in many other activities that they find the political game is not as interesting as it ought to be. Number two, I think this issue of voter registration, IEBC should have spent slightly more resources in publicizing. In fact, some of us knew that registration was going to start in October, and even in August, in September, but it was not properly publicized. I do hope there will be another window in February or so before the close of the register for party primaries, and that should be preceded by effective publicity that will give meaning to that particular registration exercise. Finally, promises are there for every political party. Some of these promises will be built into the manifesto of various presidential candidates for purposes of ensuring that it gets into the policy of the government when one forms that particular government. But I was trying to remind my sister here, the Honorable Beatrice Elachi, that some of the recommendations in BBI were not issues that needed the law. Some of them are administrative, like the issue of the loans for university students, the issue of many other things were administrative, that they can still be done by the government without necessarily bringing the BBI discussion onto the table. My take is that BBI had a number of good issues, but it was laced with a bit of poisoning. And also something that we need to advise Kenyans, let us not be putting the name of an individual onto a process that is national. Anytime you try to personalize an issue as big as BBI, us as them, those who are with us, those who are not with us, that is where we started poisoning the whole process. Otherwise, BBI, if they were serious, and I kept on insisting even on this television, that if 5 Kenyans were to meet, and I named them, and they agreed across the board, or this issue of BBI would not have become a serious political contestation, and we would have been able to remove some of the things that we felt were a bit poisonous, and some of the things that were going to create problems for this country even in future.
Okay. All right, and I'll be reading your feedback short. Remember, your tweets use the hashtag Daybreak. I'm seeing a lot of feedback on that. And 22422 is the SMS line. Bwana Okango, one viewer says, don't be excited about goodies and freebies being polished by politicians. Like speaking to young people, yes. Always ask yourself, who will fund these promises and how? Their possible answers will sober you up.
I agree with the viewer, absolutely. And I appreciate the wise counsel from our father in this room,
Thank you.
Kirwa, and the wise encouragement from our mother, particularly the strugglers, that she has acknowledged that they are not registering as voters because they are struggling. They have nothing. They need those promises now, not tomorrow, not after election.
Why do the strugglers sound so much like hustlers? Why?
I don't know. It should never, at any time, be confused. And Senator Malala here is a linguist. He will tell you that that word struggler is not synonymous with hustler. And I'll explain. But to answer your question, I think, Wahiga.
It's a rhyme.
Oh, yeah.
He's a poet.
He's a good teacher.
So what happens is very simple. The young people, particularly the 75% that Honorable Lachi has talked about, they have lived in this country to believe that they are political mobilization tools. They are told to fill a rally. And by the way, when you see them in those political rallies, majority of them don't have voters' card. They were given money to appear so that they can boost the political image. We are saying, and we are calling them back, the strugglers. We are telling them it is time to end the struggle. Don't go for those rallies if your struggle will continue. Don't go for those rallies if there is no champion of the struggle that is promising you to end the struggle today and now. And that's why when you ask me that what is the issue? The issue has been, in this country, we have seen situations where certain politicians have been conniving and they have coined the word to articulate the issues of those who are believed to be lowly placed. They have called them a name, and now they are making them, radicalize them, and making them to praise them. Okay? So we came in as strugglers, and the strugglers movement is a movement of people in Kenya who believe that the struggle must end, who believe in hard work, not shortcuts.
Okay.
Who believe
now that
if you allow me to finish.
Strugglers movement, I need to answer this question. One, yes. You've been asked, what is the composition of this strugglers movement? Is it young people in Nairobi?
No.
In fact, someone even asked whether it's Muthaiga or...
No.
Representative of the struggles of young people across Kenya, which is diverse.
Across Kenya, regional and ethnic, across Kenya. And it's not only young people. By the way, strugglers is not synonymous with poverty. It is synonymous with putting genuine effort to achieve a better tomorrow. We have seen some people who target the same voting bloc, and they say they are working for the law. But we are saying, what is your mechanism of ending that lawlessness? For us in strugglers movement, we have a mechanism, and our mechanism is we must have a plan to end the struggle. What is the plan? The plan is to ensure that the struggles about corruption must end. The struggles about inclusivity we're talking about must end.
Okay.
The struggles about gender inclusivity must end. And we are very clear. While we are not a political party, we are not affiliated to any politician. The young people have an opportunity, like we are going to do starting tomorrow, to mobilize those who have not registered voters to go and take voters' card, because that is the tool for ending. Pardon?
Will the struggle end if they don't vote?
The struggle will end even if they are not appreciated, because there are people who don't appreciate them. But the struggle can only end ultimately when you vote a struggler or a champion of the struggler at the ballot, from the MCA level to the presidency level. We have identified them. We know them. In this country, we are talking about real struggle, real change. We know the history of this country. We know the real champions. And that's why, if you look at one of the brand identities of that movement is R. It means real. That is the thing.
Miss Raila.
No, it means real. Again, Malala is a linguist. Why not Ruto? Why Raila? Because we are saying the realness of the struggle, and our slogan, struggle ni real. Malala here came from very far. Malala is a struggler. This gentleman, my brother, senator, came from an MCA to the level of a senator. He has struggled all his way, putting great effort. My mother there, Senator Elachi, came from very far, from a member of parliament nominated all the way to a speaker, now as a CAS. My father there has come from very far. Today, we must agree. We must not call something what it is not.
Yeah,
We are a struggling nation, and the plan is to end the struggle.
I think I'm the only one not in that list of yours.
First of all, we need
Why
to...
are young people? Are people registering in your county?
Even before we go there,
Okay.
we need to, first of all, define the name struggle. Struggle as a verb itself, it make forceful or violent efforts to get free of constraint or constrictions. Forceful and violent.
That is operational definition.
No, we have a definition as a verb and as a noun. And therefore, this is just a group that is forming up to cause violence in future. And I'm telling you, it's a time bomb.
On national
And-
TV.
No.
Proof to say that.
Yes, it's a time.
I have
Look
to
at
defend
the
You were
definition.
summoned in March by NCSA. I hope you don't.
And,
Yes.
and this is
Look
the
at the
recklessness that
definition.
we must avoid.
No, look at the definition, the conventional definition of a struggler. A person who is intending to use force and violence to get free from whatever is constricting them. But that said and done, politics of tokenism is not allowed. We have seen people promising young people, we shall give you 6,000 shillings per month in every household. Not every person. 6,000 shillings in every household. An average household of Kenya consists of 4 members. It means one household will be getting 200 shillings in a day. It means one person will be getting 50 shillings from the Azimio la Umoja government in a day. What is 50 shillings in a day? What can 50 shillings do to you? The other side is telling youth that we shall give you free money, 100 billion shillings. Both sides are already in government. Why don't they implement those things right now? Ruto is promising 100 billion. Why can he deliver the 100 billion shillings as the deputy president right now? Raila Odinga is saying he'll give youth 6,000 shillings. He is in the handshake government. Why can he convince his brother, Uhuru Kenyatta, to start giving the 6,000? 10 months to the elections. And therefore, ours is a different ballgame. In ANC, we are concentrating on economic stimulus projects, which are going to ensure that we expand industrialization, we expand agriculture, so that we can create more jobs for the young people, a sustainable promise for the young people, and not just politics of tokenism.
But these young people aren't even collecting voters' cards.
It is true. It is true.
You've taken a lot of time selling your party.
Yes, it is true. I want to agree with Honorable Elachi on the issue that young people have lost hope, and it's therefore incumbent upon us as young leaders to encourage them. And I want to take this opportunity to encourage every young person in this republic who has not taken a voter registration card, kindly go and take the voter registration card. But again, it must also be known that voter registration is an ongoing exercise. It's not closing up on 2nd June. It's an ongoing exercise, and therefore you can still register within this mass voter registration period, and even after, you can still register. And therefore, I want to encourage all young people who have not registered, for you to get out of that shackle or that dungeon of lack of jobs, of the struggle. Then you must elect the right leaders. And the only way you can elect the right leaders is by having a voter registration card.
That's true.
Young people, go out and register today. Jitokezeleni bana, musikue mafala. Muende mushike kura bana vijana.
Hii struggle ni
Usitupe mbao.
Okay.
Na musikue ma-strugglers ama ma-hustlers.
Let me just say
I want to read feedback, but you say something. Go ahead.
You see, I listen to all the things we say. Do you know the president implements all these things today? There's nothing new anyone is giving us. The president is implementing, every household today gets 2,000. So even if you add 4,000. It's already being implemented. So me, I'm wondering, what is this that we are being told? Everything, whatever they're telling us, the president is implementing it for heaven's sake. Let us look for right manifestos if you want to. But for now, maybe you're implementing, you are complimenting and saying, I am going to continue with the legacy of what the president has been doing, which is okay because that's what the president did during Kibaki's time, continued with his legacy, then that's okay. But there's nothing new.
So there's nothing new you're hearing out there?
Nothing new. There's nothing bottom. That's why the president brought all the funds that we see, the women fund, the youth fund. What is it for? Was for bringing up. But because we coin it and then people just get confused. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, the president, is implementing many of these things that we are saying. Many.
Honorable Kirwa.
I'm happy she's supporting bottom-up approach.
Well, it is for the president. I don't know what you're talking about bottom. I have said the president doesn't call it bottom. He says, I am supporting giving funds. I am supporting giving every family 2,000. At least he says the thing. This one of what is it? I don't know. But the president at least has said, and I want Kenyans to appreciate everything you are being told is being done by the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta.
Let's read feedback now. Let's hear what Kenyans have to say before things get out of control here in studio. 22423 is the SMS line. Hashtag is Daybreak. These are your thoughts this morning. Morara Nyachogo, you say, let them continue using the narrative, young people, politicians, mutajua hamujui. The same narrative was used down from 2013. Our eyes are open now. We will elect a leader who knows the struggle of comrades. Oh, the word struggle is there.
That's a struggler.
Oh, is it? Okay. Deborah 1, I support Elachi. We should support our youth now. My son has a BIT degree, swore that he will never apply for a job in Kenya. After applying for so many with no success, he's now doing something different. He'll never vote. Never even got help. Wow, okay. Jenga Wakungu. Economic inclusivity is the key. Regions wouldn't be fighting for their kinsmen to become president.
Absolutely.
Because they are regionally, economically empowered. We must shake up the constituted power at executive, spread it out to lower the do or die stakes for the presidency. That's Jenga Wakungu. Okay, Mwalimu, you say there are only 2 front runners and several outrunners. My goodness. In 2022 presidential race, the outrunners are pushed to join the main track by other politicians whose main goal it is to ride on the popularity of their bosses in order to get re-elected. Very interesting indeed. Okay, who are you referring to? Jacob Babere, every electioneering time, political parties create or reactivate political gangsters who can speak anything. It's time party leaders are served warnings to party individuals with characters that amount to hate speech. Yeah. Thank you, Jacob. Omele Vincent, our constitution legally allowed every county to have ethnic kingpin. The governor, senator, MP, women rep, and MCA, legally ethnic leaders. Okay, I'm not sure I agree with that. The president, however, is separated completely from ethnic affiliation, and that's the only part Kenyans have failed to understand. Okay, that's a controversial view there. Kiswi Philip, you say Madam Elachi is extremely right. We must deal with youth issues now. Some politicians who are still in power are giving fresh promises to the youth when they are still in power and in a position to implement these promises now. That's Kiswi Philip. Apache TJ, you say we need economic inclusivity. I live in Sweden for 6 years.
Absolutely.
There, health, water, education, infrastructure is at the citizens' doorsteps. They don't even care who becomes their president or premier. It's high time we had a paradigm shift. Okay, the last one. We must tighten the nuts on the registration of political parties. The conditions as amended in the Political Parties Act should stay. Otherwise, all politicians who fear nominations will come up with their own parties. I know Senator Malala has plans too. Oh my, do you have plans, Senator Malala?
Not really. I'm in ANC to stay.
In ANC to stay?
Yes.
Why, Senator, why are people spreading rumors that you're meeting other factions in the evening and so forth? Let me give you a chance to...
Me as a person or us as NC?
At some point we had you.
All politicians talk to each other.
So are you talking to someone else today apart from ANC's rank and file? We
talk to everybody. I talk to Honorable Elachi. I talk to my former deputy party leader. I talk to Edwin Sifuna. I talk to Murkomen. We are not limited so that when you're in ANC, you cannot talk to other people. But that said and done, there was a tweet there that tried to propagate the same narrative of a 2-horse race. I want to debunk that narrative.
In 1 minute, we are now taking closing comments. What's this as your final comment?
We do not have a 2-horse race in Kenya. This is a creation of the media. In 1992, the media played a very good role in ensuring that all the players in the political field are given enough space. We had Matiba, we had Mwai Kibaki, we had Jaramogi, we had Moi. They were all given good space in the media. And therefore, it is incumbent upon the media to ensure that they debunk this narrative of having 2 people running in front of others. We have presidential candidates. We have Raila Odinga, we have Musalia Mudavadi, we have William Ruto, and we have others, Kalonzo Musyoka and others. And therefore, we should be gauged on the basis of who is selling what agenda and who is not. We shouldn't be told that somebody is a front runner on the basis of how big the crowds are. No. We want to get the content. What is this that we are selling for Kenya? And therefore, when you look at all these blueprints of what political parties are selling at the moment and interrogate keenly, you'll find that the best deal Kenyans have is a Amani National Congress led by Musalia Mudavadi.
As your final thought, the Standard yesterday claimed that your party leader is under immense pressure to support Raila Odinga and stop his campaign. Any truth to that?
We are not under any pressure. And therefore, anybody who is trying to think or contemplate that he is putting pressure on us to support Raila Odinga, he is engaging in an exercise in futility. He has to then put pressure on the party organs that gave our party leader mandate to run. He must put pressure on the 3 million members of ANC. It is not the decision of Musalia Mudavadi to run or not to run. It is the decision of the members of ANC who gave him the mandate to run. And I want to put it clear here on national television that Musalia Mudavadi is on the ballot and nothing will change that. We are not engaging Raila and we shall not engage him.
No further questions. Okango, what's your parting shot?
My parting shot goes to fellow strugglers. We have noticed from the comments and the feedback that indeed we are a struggling nation. But how do we end the struggle? We believe Malala is talking about uchumi bora. We are struggling to have uchumi bora. My good friend and dad here of UDA is talking about empowering the people at the bottom. We are struggling in doing that. My mother there is talking about the young people, why they are not getting what they deserve, and we are struggling to give them that now. I want to ask all these people, the strugglers movement is here to end the struggle. The strugglers movement invite every Kenyan who believe that it is time to break the chains of the struggle and have a better today, a better tomorrow, and a better future. Struggle ni real.
You're not an ODM project.
I am not, we are not.
Are you an ODM member?
I am not, and they are not.
I'm the one in doing the interview. Let's get your final thoughts on this.
Well, first of all, thank you for this opportunity. And I would want to urge all Kenyans, politicians and also political players across the board, that as we go for elections next year, let us have peace as the hallmark of our campaign. Let us spend more time talking about issues instead of talking about individuals who may cease to be by February or March, but issues shall remain with us for quite some time. As to the strugglers and the hustlers, my little English that I know and I sufficiently know is that there's a struggle has some internal limit. And therefore a struggler is somebody who spends a lot of time but achieves less. But the hustler is somebody whose effort is rewarded by the kind of undertaking that he goes
through a shortcut.
Thank you.
Honorable Kirua, thank you for that. Honorable Elachi, you have the last word. What wisdom do you want to leave Kenyans with this morning?
I'll say it's very unfortunate that God can give us leaders who then turn around and take us back to the book of lamentation. You call us all names that the Bible says is a wrong name. You use the Bible, but you are not reading it to bring us back to that energy that God felt we can have as a country. You have decided to call us hustlers. I don't know. The Bible says don't call us that. Don't take us back to the book of lamentation. And therefore, if you want to run this country, please get us out of the book of lamentation, because I can see that's where we are as a country. And I finish with that.
A lot of underlying messages here, some of which I think we're just going to have to wrap it up. Thank you to each of my guests for joining us today, even as we seek to understand what ails Kenya, why tribe is still such a crucial factor in how people vote and how people perceive the distribution of resources, and also why young people are choosing not to take up the right to vote at a time like this. These are some of your thoughts even as we wrap this up. Somebody here says, Wahiga, I'm not going to be fooled again. I am not registering. I'm not ready to be fooled again. His or her exact words. They don't give us a name or where they're writing in from. This is via 22422, which is our SMS line. Someone saying, there's an old saying that a goat bleats for its own kind. and it's not very healthy in the political arena. Let's look beyond tribalism. Someone here, no name, but you say politicians across all political parties are promising to create jobs for youth, yet there are jobs already in the market. For example, in Kenya, there's a deficit of over 46,000 teachers, over 300,000 trained teachers. Why are we not filling up these vacancies? Let me see if there's one more message. Okay, this one is an interesting one. You say the solution of youth unemployment is to return retirement age to 55. I wonder what some will say about that, and offer those jobs to children. So what the government should be struggling with is how to raise pension for those who leave employment at 55, and how will they be sorted. And someone says, I'm still trying to understand the strugglers movement. They say they don't associate with any political party, but the R looks quite familiar. No name or where they are writing from. We continue to seek answers on the program. We've been told the R is real.
We are real strugglers, and we are going for the real change with the real champions of the struggle.
But you see,
it could also be Honorable Ruto.
Let's just say this is real.
no, we don't want those.
This has been a real debate.
I am refusing those names of strugglers and, I don't know, hustlers. No, don't take us there, Kenya.
No more lamentations.
No more lamentations. Get us out of the book of lamentation.
It's been a real debate.
We can't be
the
there.
Senator of Kakamega, Cleophas Malala, Secretary General of Third Way Alliance, Frederick Kanga, Honorable Kipruto Arap Kirwa, Deputy Chair UDA, also former Deputy Chair ANC, CIS Public Service and Gender Beat Selati. Thank you for your time, and to our viewers, thank you for having tuned in. Let's take a break. We come back with so much more. You're watching Daybreak. Stay with us.